According to Business Insider, the average American family spends around $500 per year on dry cleaning. According to another statistic from PopSugar.com, the average American businesswoman spends around $1,500 per year on dry cleaning. Hi, I'm Taylor Bromley, and today I will inform you how you can avoid those costly dry cleaning trips and learn how to iron at home. Everyone at some point or another has to attend an event or an occasion in which they should look their best. The appearance of your clothing greatly impacts how others perceive you. My experience in the fashion merchandising industry has taught me how greatly properly cleaned clothing can impact their appearance. Today I'll briefly go over the basic steps of ironing a piece of clothing. The first step is to set up your ironing materials. You should set your ironing board to a height that's appropriate for you. Most ironing boards have height settings that you can pick from. Next, you'll plug in and turn on your iron. As you can see, for time purposes, I've already plugged in my iron. Next, you'll turn it on and select your heat setting. Most irons have different settings for heat according to the fabric you will iron. Each garment has a fabric care label. These fabric care labels are either positioned on the front or back of the garment, either in the neckline, waistband, or side seam. This particular garment has a fabric care label in the side seam. This fabric care label will show you how you should wash, dry, or iron the clothing. Some fabric care labels even show that you should dry clean them and they're dry clean only. If this is the case, I don't suggest you iron them. To iron the clothing, you'll place the garment on the ironing board and position it so that the ironing board fits inside where the body would go. You want to pull it so that the ironing board is positioned near the neckline of the garment. You'll pick up the iron and move it back and forth over the fabric. My technique is to start at the top of the garment and then push towards the hem. In my mind, it seems to push the wrinkles out. After ironing one side of the garment, you'll turn it so that you can reach the other side. You'll want to be careful with the heat of the iron and make sure you don't leave it in any location for longer than a couple seconds. If desired, you can add starch spray at this step to create a stiffer, more defined look to the garment. You want to continue turning the garment until you've reached all sides. After all sides of the garment have been reached, you'll take the garment off of the ironing board and then lay it flat back onto the ironing board. Here you'll go back in and iron the neckline of the garment. And this is where the point of the iron really comes into play, because you can use that to get into the detailed pleats that are used in the neckline. You'll turn it over and do the same with the back. After ironing, I suggest placing the garment on a hanger. This will help maintain the garment's appearance and make it easier the next time you have to wear the garment. That's it. After ironing, unplug and turn off the iron. This will ensure that it does not pose a burning risk for you, but I still would be careful as the heating plates continue to cool down. And that's it. You've ironed your first piece of clothing. That we've gone through all the steps. Using these steps will ensure that you always look neat. Anyone can learn how to iron clothing, and these steps will help them make sure that they look neat and put together for their next important event. Thanks.